Good morning, boys and girls. It's good to be back with you again. And look at our beautiful sunny day. Let's have our morning hug. You know, sometimes Mrs. Deitz talks about words that she likes. And there's a word that she likes a lot, and that's called adventure. And she uses it a lot when she has her grandchildren over. We have adventures. We go out for a ride, we go out in the yard and play. We do different things that are adventures. Sometimes we even do some crafts. So you will now be heading to a new adventure. School is coming to an end pretty soon. And this is going to be the very last story that Mrs. Deitz reads you this year from the library. Next year, she'll be back, for those of you that come back, and we'll be reading some stories. Adventures can be many things. You can go out in your backyard and explore. You can look for bugs. You can sit very still and watch the birds. You can go on a trip with your parents. And when you get out of school this summer, you're going to have lots of adventures with your family. And then you will come back to school. Some of you will be getting on a bus and going to the big public school. Some of you will be coming back to this school. And those are adventures. So think of all the adventures you have this summer. And when you come back to school, you share them with your teachers. Now, the book that Mrs. Deitz wants to read you this morning is called Curious You on Your Way, and it's one of our favorites with Curious George. Curious means that you explore, that you have adventures. And for those of you who know Curious George, you know he is always having some kind of an adventure. Let's see what the adventure is today. And remember, Mrs. Deitz is going to read the words, and then she'll hold the book up for you to see the pictures. Hip, hip, hooray. You have done great things. The whole world is proud of you today. Look here, we have a parade and Curious George. Everybody is proud of Curious George. You've learned so much, you studied hard, and put your brains to the test. You played on the team. See here, did your teacher do something like this and teach you? She taught you letters, and next year you'll learn some more letters. And she sat and told you different things where she taught you. And over here, it says you played on the team. Well, you played on the team with your teachers. Some people play sports with different kinds of balls. Curious George is playing football on the team. Of course, the time comes when a curious monkey needs to break free, even if it means you don't know exactly where you're going or what will come next. So we have Curious George coming out of the cage because he was in a zoo. And then we have Curious George going on an adventure to see what he can do next. So much to see, so much to try. What should you do? It's up to you. Here's Curious George. He's going to see many different things and have some more new adventures. Just follow your dreams and you'll soar. You may feel a little frightened at times, but hold on tight. You'll see sights that take your breath away. See, Curious George is flying a little bit, and he's seeing many different things, which is what will happen to you as you get older each year. You'll find the spot where you most want to land. Oh, what a place it will be. The thrill of discovery will be yours. And Curious George went to see some dinosaurs. And if things don't work out quite as you had planned, don't worry. All great explorers bump and crash sometimes. And there we have another word. People that go on adventures are called explorers because they find new things. And here's Curious George, and it may not always be easy. Sometimes he may have a problem, or you may have a problem, but you talk to your parents and you work with your teachers, and they take care and help you take care of that problem. There will always be new heights to reach. Oh, look at the big, tall building. And you'll be able to find many new things, just as Curious George is finding so many new things. Whatever you do, you will find your own style, even if it surprises a few. Now, Curious George, the man in the yellow hat, let him paint his room. And you may not do that, but you may not color a picture the way somebody else does. Or you may make a craft that's different from somebody else. But that's okay. That's the way you find out what you can do. You'll give to others in ways that only you can. The world needs you now. You've got big ideas, and you will make new friends. When you go out to have adventures, you're going to find lots of new things, but the other thing you're going to do is you're going to make new friends. And making new friends is the best adventure of all. The feats you imagine, you'll just have to try. And imagination can lead to invention. Look here at all the boats that Curious George made for the ducks to float in. Do you remember when we did a story and we used our heads and our brains to create a story? Well, that's what you're going to do. You're going to use your imagination and do so many things. Before you know it, the spotlight will be on you. You'll do something special, and everyone will say, "Yay for you!" And that's what they mean when they say the spotlight, and the people will see what you did. What will your story be? Bold and inspiring, a tale of curiosity and brave exploration. Everyone will line up to see. See, we have a line of people all going to see the movie with Curious George in it. And if the path that you choose gets rocky and rough, whenever you feel all alone, remember, we're with you all the way. Today and tomorrow. See here, you always, when you have friends, your friends will always be with you. Even if you fall and skin your knee, someone will be there to help you. And every day, we're so proud of Curious You. Mrs. Deitz and your teachers are so proud of each of you and the work that you have done this year. This year has been a new kind of adventure. Mrs. Deitz couldn't come to school to read you the stories, so we had an adventure because we looked at the stories on the television. And Mrs. Deitz had her son to come and film her. So we had a different kind of adventure, but we did it. And the whole year was a wonderful adventure of getting to know each other and getting to know new things. Mrs. Deitz will look forward to seeing you again next year. Let's have a special hug and make it really a hard hug so it will stay with you all summer. Mrs. Deitz loves each of you and looks forward to seeing you again next year. Have a good day. Goodbye.